Good morning, it's Elaine with Elaine's Custom Cards, and today we're making this card. For some reason my camera is always not where I want it to be, but hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm using the Elegantly Said stamp set and the Simply Elegant DSP, basic white cardstock, thick and regular, and then Blackberry Bliss cardstock and Blackberry Bliss ink, and then the gold metallic pearls. These are retiring. The DSP is going to be retiring also. Anyway, so on this stamp set I'm using, for the outside, I'm using this little image right here, the True Love Stories Last Forever. On the inside I'm just putting Happy Anniversary. And then on the envelope, because I like to decorate my envelope, I did a portion of this image right here on this envelope, because I like something on the envelope. So let's get started. I'll put all the sizes and dimensions on my blog, so you don't have to write them down unless you want to. Got a stray pearl there. Okay, so let's put this card over here. I got this idea for using this design, which I've done this design before, or this card layout, but I saw Jamie Madrich do a video. Only she didn't use the DSP, she used, and you can go watch her video, she used this image here and here in Blackberry Bliss without the, she used white, basic white cardstock, and then on one, in the same video, she embossed it with gold. It was very pretty. But we're going to just use a DSP. So, oops, dropped an envelope. I can get down, but getting back up sometimes is a little bit difficult. Okay, so we're going to start out with these pieces right here. What I did was, the gold is cut a 4 1/4 by, or 4 1/4 by 3 and, or start over, 4 1/8 by 3 1/8, and then I cut it on my cutter at an angle, right down from point to point. On this one I did it the other direction, I did it this way, but on this one I'm doing it this way. And then I did the same thing with my cardstock. This piece of Blackberry Bliss is 4 3/8 by 3 3/8. So the first thing I'm going to do is glue these together. Today's the last day to take advantage of some of the sales. And things are running out. They're becoming unavailable. So you might, only way to get them is as soon as they're all retired, if somebody has one they want to sell something. I think this Elegantly Said is retiring. I'm not sure. I'd have to look in my catalog, but got them all marked. I thought, well, it's not retiring until May 3rd, but I don't know how much of this DSP is available. So I did that, and then to make my life easier, oops, I need the white piece. Here. I took this and I put just a dab of glue on each corner, and then I'm going to just set this aside and let it dry. And I'll show you why as soon as I get to that point. So we'll let that dry. So then I'm going to take my card base, and I obviously didn't do a very good job of stamping my inside, so I flipped it over and stamped it again. I always stamp, if I'm going to stamp directly on my base, I do my stamping first, in case I make a mistake, like I did here. But we're covering that up, so it doesn't really matter. So we'll cover that up with this piece of cardstock. Now, I believe that Jamie used Stampin' Dimensionals on these pieces, but I'm going to do them flat. So let's just center this, like so, if I can get it where I want it. Has just a barely a border around it. I can cut it a little bit smaller. You can barely see my white border, but it is there. So then I took this piece, and I want to stamp. But I can't do it. Well, maybe I can. No. Gotta wait for this to dry. So let's go ahead and decorate the inside. I took this piece is 4 1/4 by 3/4, and then this piece of DSP is 4 1/4 by 1/2. We're just going to glue that to this. You don't need very much glue, because otherwise you're going to have a bit of a mess. So let's go ahead and glue that to here. Just like so. And we're going to adhere it to the bottom of our card. If it runs over, we're going to trim it. I like to make sure that at least one end is flush. So we're going to trim the other end off anyway. So let's go ahead and do this. I have to tell you a story. My great-grandson swallowed one of those screwdriver bits that goes in an electric drill. They're about, not very long, 1/2 inch maybe, or slightly longer. Anyway, it was a straight slot one. Anyway, he swallowed that over the weekend, I think. They took him to emergency and took x-rays, and they could see it in his tummy. So they had to wait to see if it would come out the other end. Well, it came out today. My granddaughter said, she said, I'm going to throw it away. It's very stinky. But we're so glad that it came out, because it was one of those bits, not a drill bit, but a screwdriver bit that was a straight slot. It wasn't the, I can't remember what the other one's called. But anyway, it was one with the straight end and blunt on the other. Yeah. So I'm going to temporarily put this here. By putting that glue on there and letting it dry, it makes it sticky, but then you can take it off. So I'm going to put this on here. A little bit of the white showing. Okay. Then I'm going to take my stamp. And the reason I do this is in case it messes up, I can flip it over. So let's go ahead and stamp our True Love Stories Last Forever. And you can stamp it. I'm going to stamp it as close to the center as I can get it. And just like so. Okay, and then I'm taking this one, and I kind of like the look of it. And I'm going to stamp it, try to stamp it twice. On here. Oh yeah. and then twice here. This way, by doing this way, you if you mess up your stamping here, you can flip your cardstock over. So now that I know that that looks good, I'm going to take those off and go ahead and glue them down. It's just my way of, if I make a mistake, it's easier to fix and I don't have to throw the whole thing away. It's not like I don't have plenty of cardstock and DSP, but I don't like wasting it. So then you're going to either glue this on here or use dimensionals, whichever you want. Okay. And then this piece. This is a really simple card, and you can use this layout for other things. I mean, I did Christmas cards with this layout. And they turned out really nice. So you put that on there like that. And then you're going to take it and you're going to glue it to the front of your card. We're almost done. Like I said, I'll put all the sizes and dimensions in my blog. Be sure and go over and see Jamie's video, because hers is very pretty as well. So we're going to center that on here. So you have just small borders. Like so. I'm going to put this over and kind of rub on this side. Okay. Close our lid. And then we're going to put our gold pearls on here. And I put one on the eye because I liked the way that looked. And then I put one on each of these flowers here. At least they look like flowers. Just to add some gold to the card. Gold, just some bling. You don't have to put those little things on there. I think Jamie just put, she had her stamp over here and then she put some bling over here. And I'll try, if I can, figure out how to put a link to her YouTube video in my description. So that's our card for today. Very short and simple. I like, this looks interesting. I don't know which way looks better. I like both ways. I prefer this way, but this looks pretty too. So anyway, you can shop in my online store, elainescustomcards.stampinup.net. And I'm trying to get 1,000 subscribers so I can start doing YouTube live videos, because YouTube requires you have 1,000 subscribers. So I would really appreciate it if you'd share my video, subscribe, and like. It helps me so I can give you better videos by maybe doing some lives. So you have a blessed day and have fun stamping.